Hey guys, it's Alexis and I'm here to do another Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday is hosted by Thoughts on Tomes, and I will link her channel as well as the Goodreads group where you can find all the topics down below. This week's topic is most unlikable characters, and these are characters that are not supposed to be intentionally unlikable, and so this doesn't count villains. These are characters that the author was supposed to make us like, but for whatever reason we just don't. I want to say that all of these thoughts are my own. If you like these characters, that's okay. But because of my life, for whatever reason, I don't like these characters, but it's okay if you do. It's just my opinion. Alright. We'll just get into it then. The first character I'm going to mention is Maya from The Star-Touched Queen by Roshani Chakshi. One of the biggest problems I basically had with this book was that I could not stand Maya. I thought she was incredibly naive. I thought she just made stupid decisions. I thought she basically had no agency over her own life. She did whatever anybody told her to do, and she kept trying to convince readers that she was like this super independent woman, but anytime anybody basically told her to jump, she asked how high. And that made it incredibly unlikable for me because I found her a very weak female character, and like when she meets the love interest Amar, she's basically known him for less than 24 hours, and she starts worrying about like how she looks, and there's a scene where she expresses that in her mind, she expresses that she doesn't want to share a bed, but when he basically says, well, it's a sign of respect and we're gonna share a bed, and she's like, okay. So those were just instances I found her very dumb, and I just did not like her at all, and again, part of the reason I didn't like the book is just because I couldn't stand her. The next character I'm going to mention is Killorn from the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. I think Killorn is a whiny piss baby. I think he just spends the whole book complaining, but he's practically useless, so he really doesn't have a right to complain about anything. And I'm so done with like the best friend who's in love with the main character, but she's so obviously not in love with him, but like he basically just becomes a whiny piss baby because she doesn't love him back, and he's basically like, well, I've always taken care of you, and I've loved you all the time, and I want what's best for you, and you don't know what's best for yourself, and you should love me because I've been here the whole time. And it's so misogynistic, and I'm so sick of it, because it's like, dude, she doesn't owe you anything. She shouldn't be in love with you because you've been her best friend. Like, she doesn't love you, she doesn't love you. You do not have to whine and be a little sourpuss the whole time, and it's just so annoying, and I'm so done with that trope. And that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed Glass Sword, is because there's this scene where Killorn is being a little whiny piss baby, and Mare basically tells him to grow up, and I was like, good for you, Mare, because that shit is annoying. The next character I'm going to mention not liking is Tessa Gray from The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. I'm not going to give a lengthy review why I don't like her, because I know how Cassandra Clare fans are, and I do not want a bunch of people calling me names and acting like children. But let's just say that I find Tessa Gray incredibly bland compared to the rest of the characters in the series. I find that she basically has no personality, and she makes literally the stupidest decisions anyone could make, and I do not appreciate her relationship with Jem, especially because she, first of all, agreeing to marry someone who's dying out of pity for them is never something that's okay. Like, that is literally a horrible thing you can do. And I hate it when characters do that in books, where they marry someone so they can have a good last few remaining years of their life, and then they tell this person that they love them, which is an absolute lie. I just think that's an awful thing to do, and in that situation I would not want somebody to do that to me. And I just hate that she like agrees to marry Jem when, like, earlier in Clockwork Prince, she was talking about how in love with Will she was, and it, like, is such a 180 coin flip, and she agreed to marry Jem while still basically being in love with Will, and the whole situation just really pisses me off. So that's why I chose Tessa. The next one is probably another thing I'm gonna get a lot of hate for, and that is Rumen Yard from the All for the Game trilogy by Nora Sakavic. Part of the reason that I hated these books so much was because I couldn't stand Andrew. He is the love interest, and everybody is so in love with him, and they're like, "Aw, he's such a good person, blah, 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 blah." No, he needs to be locked up, either in a mental institution or in a juvenile detention center, because he is literally a danger to society, okay? He literally stabbed his own blood. He emotionally traumatized another character, and like, just because he acknowledges that he's a terrible person, I'm supposed to forgive that he's a terrible person? No. The last character I'm going to mention not liking is kind of a repeat, because I don't like this character for the same reason that I don't like another character on this list, and that's Gale from The Hunger Games, which means, of course, I don't like him for the same reason that I don't like Killorn, because I find Gale to be a whiny piss baby. And the whole time, he basically tells Katniss that he knows what's best for her, and she should be in love with him because he's loved her all along, and because he's helped take care of her family, and basically Katniss spends time in the book talking about how she should love him back because he's been good to her, and no, it doesn't work like that. I'm trying to avoid turning this into a feminist rant about how women don't owe you anything. It doesn't matter how nice you are to them. Being nice to a girl does not mean that she is in any position to love you back. Okay? We don't owe you anything. And I don't want this anymore. I just don't want this trope anymore. Bring it, take it away. Men and women can be friends, okay? Jaeger, stop doing this. Come on, guys. Stop doing this trope. I'm so sick of it. Alright, guys. Well, that was top 5 Wednesday. I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of hate for the stuff I said in this video, but also, I don't care. I love talking about my unpopular opinions. Let me know down below if you agree with any of them, or even if you want to try and convince me otherwise. You won't, but you're welcome to. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye.